everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making our 16th recipe of our 31 recipes for Halloween. Today's recipe is coming to you from the Beetlejuice cookbook, and it is going to be Sandworm Soft Pretzels with Cheddar-Beer Sauce, okay? So here we go. So the first thing that you are going to need is 1.5 cups of warm water, and then 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and take the 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, and you're gonna put it in a bowl. And then you are going to take the 1.5 cups of warm water and pour it over top. And mix it up until the brown sugar is dissolved, okay? How do you know when brown sugar is dissolved? Me, I always think stuff is dissolved, and then once I set it or stop stirring it or whatever, after a little bit, it'll settle and it's not dissolved. It's just sitting at the bottom of the bowl again. I never know. I'm just guessing. Oh, looks good. Okay. All right, so now once it looks like pretty much the brown sugar is all dissolved, which it does. I think so. Yes, I think it is. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you are gonna add in 1 envelope of active dry yeast and just sprinkle that over the top and let it stand. You're not gonna mix it in or anything, okay? Okay. And you're gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes until it gets foamy, okay? So I will be back as soon as this is foamy, you guys. So our yeast is nice and foamy now on the top. So now what you're gonna do is you are going to add in 1/4 cup of olive oil. Drop your lid too while you're at it, you know, just to make you have to make more effort. All right, so 1/4 cup of olive oil. Put that in there, and you are going to need this olive oil for later for doing some greasing and things like that, so you can just leave that nearby. Then you're also going to add in 3 3/4 cup of flour, and I don't know if I have 3 3/4 cup here. I might have to go get another bag. So we have 1, definitely not. I'm gonna get about 2. Sorry, this is taking too long. Okay, 2. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab another bag. So now we're gonna put 3 in. And then also the 3/4. Okay. And you're gonna mix that all together. Definitely not working anymore. All up in there. Okay. And I'm just going to use my hands from here on out. Okay, so you're just going to mix this up real good. I'm trying to make sure I get everything off of the edges of the bowl. Okay, get it good and cleaned up, which is actually going together pretty well. Okay, and then once you get it pretty good and mixed up so that everything's in there and it's pretty much staying together, I'm just about there. There we go. Okay, you can go ahead and take it out of this bowl. I'm going to try to scrape this. I want to reuse this bowl for when we put it back. Okay. And what you're going to do, I'm going to use the flour that's left in here. You're going to sprinkle a work surface with some flour. Okay. And then you are gonna go ahead and knead the dough until it's silky, okay? You can add more flour to it if it's too sticky, okay? So once you get it all nice and kneaded, and my sleeves are falling down. Once you get it all kneaded and it's doing, looking really good, and it's not sticky or anything, and it's looking nice and silky smooth, you can go ahead and oil your bowl with a little bit of olive oil, and then put this in there and cover it with a kitchen towel, and just put it in a warm, dry, draft-free area, and let it double in size, which will take about 45 minutes, okay? So just keep kneading this until it looks like it's all nice and put together. And see, mine's a little sticky, so I think I'm gonna add a little bit of flour to mine. And then, yeah, just let it sit in a greased, olive oil greased bowl for 45 minutes until it doubles in size. And then I'll be back to show you guys our next steps. So I'll be back. Okay, you guys, so for this next part, what you're going to need is 2 baking sheets lined with parchment paper, and then you're gonna wanna brush some oil, some olive oil over the top of that parchment paper, okay? Then you're going to take some flour and just lightly flour down your surface again. We're going to take our towel off of our bowl here, and you're going to punch down your dough. I don't know why I'm saying that, okay? And then you're going to take it out of the bowl and put it on your surface. And you're just going to flatten it out, basically. Pardon me, my sleeves are coming down here. So you're going to flatten it out as best you can. It really doesn't say that you need to use a roller, and I don't really think you do. You're just going to try to get like 20 equal pieces out of it. I think it says 20, right? Yeah, 20 equal pieces. Okay, so you're going to cut 20 pieces, okay? So let's see. I'll just cut some stripes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I'm gonna get more than 20 here. So let's just, I'll add that into some or something. Okay, so if we got 5, we're gonna do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so since these seem a little bit thinner, like this side of the dough is thicker, I think I'm gonna add some of this into these couple of here, because they're really thin and some of them are small. So we'll add those in, maybe a little bit into this one, and then a little bit more to that one, and maybe even a little bit more into this one. Okay, so once you've got that pretty much into 20 equal pieces, you're gonna go ahead and roll these out into a 5 to 6 inch long stick, okay? Once you get them rolled out, you're gonna put them on your parchment paper, and then you are gonna let them rise again your baking sheet with parchment paper on it. And then you're gonna let them rise again for about 20 minutes, okay? Now for the next part, I'm just gonna explain it to you because I think you guys can do it easily yourselves. So what you're gonna do once it has rised, or while it's rising, you can go ahead and preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And then you're gonna take a large, shallow skillet, and you wanna put enough water in it just that it's gonna cover the pretzel sticks, okay? And you're going to add a half of a cup of baking soda to it. And then you're gonna bring that up to a simmer. So once that's simmering and these have risen for 20 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and put the sticks in the water. And you're gonna do it in batches. Don't overcrowd the pan. You're gonna put them in the water for 30 seconds, okay? Then you're gonna take them out of the water and put them back onto the baking sheet and then curve them into little snake shapes, little S's. Some can just be curved like U's. However you want to shape them to look like your sandworm, okay? And then you are going to pop those in the oven. And it says to put them on the bottom shelf. Let's see. And bake for about 12 minutes or until they're browned, okay? So I will, let's see. Oh, and I forgot too. So before you bake them, So right before you put them in the oven, you're gonna sprinkle them with some sesame seeds. So you need 1/4 of a cup of black sesame seeds and 1/4 of a cup of coarse salt. And you're just gonna start with the black sesame seeds and sprinkle little stripes every once in a while going down the sandworm, and then just sprinkle them with salt to give it black and white stripes for the thing. And then you're going to cook it on the bottom rack for 12 minutes at the 450 degrees or until they're brown, okay? And then we will come back, probably once I get them in the oven, I will come back and show you guys how to make the Cheddar-Beer Sauce, okay? So I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, you guys, so our pretzels are all done. So here they are, looking like cute little sandworms there. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and make the Cheddar-Beer Sauce, okay? So this is fairly easy. The only things that you will need to like have prepped ahead of time is you're gonna need 2 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese and 1 cup of shredded habanero cheddar cheese. And then you'll want to have some crushed store-bought pretzels that you're just gonna sprinkle on the top when you serve it, okay? So here we go. So the first thing that you are gonna do is take 3 tablespoons of butter and put it into a pan, and you're gonna melt that up here, okay? Just give it a minute here. And you're gonna melt this on a medium-low heat. I kind of had mine on a medium, so I'll turn it down here. And actually, I'll be right back because this is gonna take just a minute. I should have done this a little bit ahead of time. So I'll be back. Give me just a minute. So once you've got your butter melted, just to let you know, I might kind of go on and off for this because in each, like between each thing, you're supposed to like let it cook for a minute, okay? So, all right, so we've got the butter, the 3 tablespoons of butter in. Now you're gonna add in 3 tablespoons of just flour, all-purpose flour. 2 and 3, okay? And you're gonna stir that up. And you're gonna cook this for another minute, stirring it continuously, okay? So I'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, now after you've let your flour and butter cook, you're gonna add in a 1/2 cup of pale ale, okay? Okay. I am using, this is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It's that kind right there. And then you're gonna let this cook for another minute. So I'll be right back. And you're going to keep whisking this often is what it says, okay? And after you've let it cook with the beer in it, you're gonna slowly add in 1.5 cups of whole milk. And you're gonna keep whisking it the whole time so that lumps don't form, okay? Trying to whisk with my left hand. Doesn't always work out so well. Keep slowly adding that in and keep whisking it. Okay. Now you kind of end up with a pretty milky mixture right now, okay? So we've got that in. So now I'm gonna make sure this is turned down a little bit because I don't want it to start cooking too fast. But now while you're sitting here, you're gonna be bringing this to a slight simmer. But while we're waiting for that, you're gonna add in 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay. Then 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And it says freshly ground pepper. I know I didn't measure those. I do that quite often sometimes. Okay, then you're also gonna need 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. Okay. Then you're also gonna add in 2 tablespoons of hot sauce. And I would think that if you didn't want it to be that hot, you could not add it. You could probably add in less. Okay, so here's 1. And 2. And then you're also going to need 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika, or paprika, as all my kids said when they were little. Paprika. Okay. Okay, 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika. And then also 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Or Worce sauce, or the many other names that people call this. Okay. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of that. Okay. Now, just gonna mix this up, and it's starting to come to a simmer, so that's a good. We did that almost right on time. Started coming to a simmer right as we got everything added in. Good time to stir it up. Okay. Once you get it all stirred, it's kind of a light orangish color. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Kind of a light orange looking. It kind of looks like melted cheese already right now. Okay. All right, so now all you're gonna do is you are gonna bring this to a light simmer. And once you bring it to a slight simmer, you're gonna go ahead and stir in your cheese, which is 2 cups of sharp cheddar, which I have here, of shredded sharp cheddar, and then 1 cup of shredded habanero cheddar, okay? And we're just going to stir that until it melts all of the cheese, okay? Once all of the cheese, you'll just keep stirring it and having the heat on like a medium low or too low, and just keep stirring it until the cheese melts. Once the cheese melts, then you can just put it on a serving dish, and then just take some of your just regular store-bought pretzels and crunch them up over top. It's supposed to kind of look like sand, okay? All right, you guys, so I'm gonna finish that up, and then I will come back and show you guys what this all looks like and how it tastes. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so our sandworms are all done, and now our cheddar beer cheese is all done. It looks delicious. So let's go ahead and give one of these a try. I'm just gonna tear a little end off of this guy here, and then we're gonna dip him in, see how it tastes. Okay. That's pretty good. A little bit spicy, but for me, just so you know, I can taste the beer, and I know it's called cheddar beer cheese. I was just kind of hoping you wouldn't taste the beer very much. So I really like the taste of beer. So, but it is good. Just the taste of beer is kind of throwing me off. So if you don't really like the taste of beer, you might not like the cheese. But the pretzels are fantastic. Nice and soft and chewy on the inside, and a little bit of crunchy on the outside. Those are fabulous. I love a soft pretzel that's been baked to perfection. And that's pretty darn near close, you guys. Okay, you guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe if you like, or don't if you don't. Everyone have a good day. Enjoy your cooking. Keep your kitchen messy, and we'll see you later. Bye.